brave in silence, while we surviving in 6 degrees of separation, divided to be conquered. COVID must stand for creating obvious voids in democracy, cause these magicians got us focused on each other while they're changing the policies. What a coincidence that in the midst of pandemics and civil unrest, we're supposed to choose who in office is. A decision based between 2 figures of untrusted political leadership, and the media ain't designed for us to listen. Combination of fact and fiction. It's a different day and age, God. They would have hashtagged your crucifixion.
Let's give it up for Queena!
I've never given up. But what irony, to go from the hunger inside of me to starving my dreams so that I could feed my family. I just don't know financially how to make it happen. Please tell me that you pictured your passions, because I can see mine pasted to the inside of my eyelids every night. I'm reminded that some dreams are subconscious. And part of me feels weird that you'll see 1,000 different entries from real people with real tears, with real hurts and real fears, and we all deserve to dream. Black history teaches a younger generation that they could do it too. That we are more than just pieces of a diaspora scattered across a timeline. It taught me that we could be the rose that grew from concrete where every syllable would resonate, each one sounding like ancestral wisdom. But can't you see? Black history is our history.
CBS 2 commemorates Black History Month.
Have you ever heard a success story from slave to self-made millionaire? Madam is a name only given to authority. You will address her accordingly. Madam C.J. Walker harvested one of the most poignant topics, that your crown is well endowed and your beauty has value. Black history is our history.
CBS 2 commemorates Black History Month.
I was born in 1993. 12 hours before my mother's, I was certainly the best birthday gift there could ever be. We share more than candles and cakes. Even to this age, those celebratory phases are still part of our relationship. It's amazing that single decision made all of the difference between her nightmares and her visions, that a woman who couldn't read or write would one day give birth to a poet who would use their words to make a living. I mean, only she would have known that we'd be such a long way from empty stomachs and broken homes. I'm convinced that we inherited her courage in our chromosomes, a sense of purpose that we never let go, but passed round like hand-me-down clothes, that even though my accent doesn't have as much citrus as her syllables, she still taught me the principles that giving me less had its own set of side effects, me wanting more. You see, bamboo farmers across the world have to ask if the plant known as the green gold is even worth it. Because once planted, could take over 5 years to break the surface. 1,825 days just to say you got something. But once they start showing, the bamboo is the fastest growing, capable in the right conditions of growing more than 2 inches an hour. Within 1 day, could tower the shrubs around it. How profound that just when you thought it was over, after years and years in the ground, it found its stride again. Its ascension, an ode to the necession of change and progression. What a lesson for us to learn. That given your will, you can be stronger than still build houses in your name. Gain strength and resilience. It doesn't just worry about itself, it could dramatically help the soil around it. So now, I'm hype about it. I'm entering my bamboo season. The seeds I've sown are the only ones I need to believe in. Because once planted, I'll never have to worry again. A permanent zen, provided by my pad and my pen. I'm so focused on my roots that I can't tell you what the onlookers do. Because most people are like fences. They stand around gardens but never move. See, I can't take your advice. You ain't living bamboo. I'm living manifestation. If you trust that your wishes will bring abundance, growth, and patience, you see they are both the precursor to your period of unusual acceleration. So what are you waiting for? There is no time to play. Because yesterday was the best day to plant a tree. The second is today. Thank you.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And now tell us that how are you bringing, history to life for young people?
For me, it's through my poetry. I like showing people my experiences. I like talking about past triumphs and some of the victories that we went through. So poetry is definitely my way of bringing history to life for a younger generation.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit before this, your interesting path of becoming a professional poet now, and congratulations. You were started off as a software engineer?
Yes.
Quite the jump. How did that happen?
So ironically enough, I think my transition was inverted. I've always been a poet and I turned into a software engineer. Like as any struggling artist, you go through this phase where you have to pay your bills, you have life that happens, and technology was a way for me to be creative, but also to actually have like a career in it, because nobody thought that a poet could have a career. So that was probably how that switch happened for me, and then it all took off from there.
Poetry is always inside of you. Software necessarily isn't.
100%, because I could create poetry the same way I can create a mobile app or a website. It's all art to me.
We hold the power of prevention. Did you know the simple decision of visiting your physician can dramatically reduce your risk of having a chronic condition?
They are on a mission to help fight cancer, diabetes, heart, and kidney conditions.
So whether your symptoms are mild or none at all,
Make the call.
You are not alone.
Routine checkups can be in person,
Online,
or even on the phone.
connecting with your doctor is easier now than ever before.
We have all been through this together, and we can all get through this together as well.
It's important to take the time. Early detection can save lives.
Go see your doctor. Give you and your family peace of mind.
Because you can have the power. This year isn't like anything that anyone could have expected. But one thing remained true though. Every 30 seconds, cancer is still being detected. So if you want to keep your friends and family protected, you have to be here. Please don't let this pandemic stop you from being tested. You are a group of graduates who now know that one of the most valuable skills is to be flexible, that nothing is impossible, that things are uncertain and time is unstoppable, that together we can weather every storm uncharted, moving farther than our imagination can take us. This cannot break us, but only make our bond stronger. Getting through this matters because the strongest warriors have seen the worst battles. It is up to you to decide what rests at the other side. I just hope you keep in mind there is a community behind you. You are not alone in this. You are graduating with over 3.6 million of your peers, so stand up. Had you told 16-year-old Queena that someone's gonna pay you to quit your job, I'd be like, bet, that's where success ends. And then when that happens, it's like, well, what do you do? Like, what is life worth after that? I was like, oh, I want to be on television. That's how you gain success. You get on TV and then people know you across the world and that's gonna work. And of course I was part of CBS and that's great, but like I still didn't feel like I was successful. So I think that now my definition of success has dramatically changed. So much so that my definition of success now isn't something that I can attain in one lifetime.